Hey guys, Sherry John coming at you another Watcher of Realms video. So it is that time. We are on the next phase of the Guild Wars. Hopefully everyone had a good turkey day and had a good time celebrating. We are back on the grind, doing the guild thing, trying to get this all done. I have 6 hours left, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do all 8 of my battles. We're gonna do it similar to like the last time. I'm gonna do all 8. I'm gonna record my thought process, my fights here. I'm gonna try to punch up just a little bit because I do believe we're doing pretty good here. Only 6 hours left, and I feel like we're gonna catch the dub. So I may punch up just a little bit here, see what I can try out, and yeah, go from there. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Stay tuned. Also, leave a comment down below. Out of your 8 attacks, how many attacks did you succeed or fail on? I'd love to hear the odds out there because I know myself, I try to keep it around at least an 80% win rate. But yeah, love to hear your guys' feedback. All right, so let's just dive right into it. We're kind of chillaxing. It's been a long week. I actually just got back from Oklahoma from work, so now it's time to dive in and actually start playing some video games and having a little bit more fun here. So let's see, what do I want to do? So I guess first off, let's see. So none of them are really that close to being defeated. We're already kind of winning. We've got 72 out of 240. They've got 68 out. Ooh, not very good participation on either side, to be honest with you. Do we got any good cleanup? Ooh, that's gonna be a hard one at 375. And ooh, that's a pretty good team. Interesting call with this one here. I wonder what the play is if I hit the tack. Okay, so it's Volca is defending. Interesting setup here. I think we're gonna start off with this one because it is interesting. But before we do that, just like last time, go to Demon Soldiers. We're gonna make sure that our key champions are leveled up for one. And for 2, make sure we got the right people in the right roles. So our main damage dealer 9 out of 10 times is actually going to be our Demon Soldier here, our Archer. Let's see if there's anything better than him. There is Valkyrie, who is going to rank just a little higher, but not by much, not enough to swap him out. So we're gonna go ahead and leave him as he is. Valkyrie is in the top slot here, and we definitely use him as a tank. These 2 are our tanky boys. So let's see, make sure, yep, GG, easy. The next one that we really utilize is going to be, honestly, probably the Magician here. Now, he can slide down just a little bit, which he did. Actually, I think this is a pretty good lineup because really it's going to go Magician and then Healer, and I do want a nice strong healer, right? Like that's always a plus here. So we'll go ahead and we'll take that as it is. I have a hard time using a lot of these other ones. And that one fight we're about to do, it's not going to really be advantageous for me to go ahead and swap it out. I can look at swapping out Boromir though, or Rukir. We can go ahead and put him over here. I'll give that troop a little bit of an upgrade, right? Probably won't use that fighter. All right, I think we're in good shape to move forward here. I need to start leveling some of these guys up. I really need to get him leveled up because he is just so broken in this game mode. So let's go ahead and go pop back in here. Where was that guy? The 375. Okay, so we're gonna go with so easily and overwhelm if I can survive. Okay, so overwhelm if I survive. Now that begs the question of, do I bring in this unit, right? So do I do this number here, bring in this unit to push forward? Right, the reason being is because then this gives me abundance here. So we're gonna go these 2 always down, range, healer, right? So my first 17 points is this lineup right here. Now, if these 2 can survive with my first 17 points, this puts 4 defenders, right? Volca can only block, I think, 2 or 3, and then Valkyrie can only block 2, I want to say. So that actually puts me right at the limit where I could slide them in there if they survive. The problem is with Valkyrie, she's going to do constant attack damage all the way from back here, and then you got Setram, who's going to be attacking me also from right around here. So it's going to be interesting how this fight goes. Let's go ahead and try it, see what we get. And this is punching, I shouldn't say it's punching up. This is about my equal. So let's just see how it goes. I'm not a professional by any means. So hopefully this goes well. Boom, boom. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and, you know what, we're just going to go right into the healer. Just because I'm a little nervous on the survivability and sustain here. So far, so good, honestly. Ooh, they're getting bursted down super, super quick. But let's see if we can go ahead and there we go. Now we're getting a, okay. So this is okay right now, honestly. We're gonna save up, get back to the 10. Let them do their work, right? Let them keep doing their thing. We're gonna do this number here because they lost their main DPS. We're gonna do here, we're gonna do healer, and then just spam the rest and hope for the best on that one. Yeah, because this will be an interesting one. If we can just get her dead, that'll help for sure. Come on, Volca, just go down, just die a little bit. Oh no. Yeah, we're gonna fail. Okay, so we beat him, but Volca, we just could not overcome Volca there. Probably would have been better with higher DPS on this run, it looks like. Looks like that was my downfall, just not enough DPS. I didn't realize how good of a healer he could be. But then again, Volca is pretty good for this type of game mode. So, all right. Unfortunately, we did not beat that one. Well, like I said, we were trying to punch up. We're kind of winning this one, so I did want to go ahead and extend my reach. This is a good one here. I like this one, the way this is set up here. This is an easier one for me. This is going to be a slight problem, but I think it's going to be okay. We're going to swap that out. I don't want to bring in multiple here. I want to bring in ranged. I just want to go blanket DPS here. Good. All right, go ahead and fight it. Now, this one should be the normal kind of setup that I use typically. So we should be able to run this once and then kind of auto use it, right? And we may actually even do something a little different here. We may swap it up just a little bit here and do one of these numbers. See if that makes us a big difference. So go ahead and get me my 10. Boom, there it is. I'm going to go ahead and place him here. Now, I'm looking at their speed, right? I want to make sure he just doesn't try to go in front of him. And he's not, which is a good sign. Healer, going in behind him. Yeah, go ahead and do that number. Yeah, there we go. The healer was definitely a good call. Gonna die pretty easily there. We didn't get anywhere on that one. That was an absolute brick wall. So that was maybe not the best option. Let's try the normal route that I would go here and see how that goes. Because we got a minute 40 to, so now we're kind of playing to the time crunch, unfortunately. So we got a minute 40. Let's see what we can come up with. Volca, oh man, Vortex there is just killing me. I need a healer. I need them to stay alive just a little longer. But honestly, it's because of Valkyrie's just long range is why she's kind of just destroying them. Yeah, there's nothing I'm going to be able to do here. This is going to be a rip. It is what it is. We'll go ahead and just deploy it because we can't do anything else anyways. Boom. So that's a loss. So that's right there. Oof, I'm already down to 2 losses off the rip, guys. But notice once again, we're trying to push up. We're also just vetting out defenses. This definitely worked out well. I think Dolores was a good slot in there. I was thinking that I could overrun that Vortex. Fortunately, I couldn't do it. So let's go ahead and complete that. Very unfortunate. So we've used 2 out of the 8. No dice on this one. We're not going to, yep, can't do that one. Let's see, what's this looking like here? He's going to be a pain. Salazar, say, yeah, that one's not going to end well for me either. End well for me, I should say. Let's see, what else do we have? Do we have any other good options to fight? Okay, so, oh man, Brokir is just so broken though. How's it set up? Okay, so we might have a chance if I go ranged first. If I do range. All right, so if I do, let's try this one. We're not even gonna mess with the healer. We want DPS on this one. We'll go ahead and put the DPS in because healer's not gonna do me a whole lot on this one. Because what's gonna happen is he's gonna freeze everyone, and then Salazar is just gonna come in from behind them and just destroy them if it gets past him. So really, we need double range here to knock him out, and then just straight up fighters DPS. All right, there's that. Okay, let's get, well, I want 8 here. I want to go ahead and get him in. I want to go ahead and get my other ranged. Get both of these guys going. See what we can get here if we can't overwhelm them a little bit. Do that. Come on. We just need to get a little overwhelm on the healer. Doesn't look like it's going to go well for me. I ran out of time here, unfortunately, on that one. So we're going to have to go fighter, other fighter. Okay, we did knock out the healer, though, so that's a good sign. So now we're just fighters coming in. And that's what I was talking about. Brokir doing that shield. That I knew was going to be a overall problem for me, for sure. Okay, so looks like we're not going to be able to kill Silas. We will just barely win this one, it looks like. Yep, just barely won that one. Oh, man, that was a close one, guys. But we did it. We finished it. That worked okay. We got the dub. Beautiful. Go ahead and do the same fight again. We'll just run it back. Yeah, buddy. Complete. Man, that was a little nerve-wracking. It's that strategy, right? Like, you got to get that strategy of go ahead and get the healer gone. So really, the best way that they could have laid this defense out, they probably would have had me just fine had they put their healer right here and had Silas, maybe had Silas over here. No, actually, that probably wouldn't have worked well either because I would have killed him. It's just not a good layout because you can always range and hit these guys here. So really, they're in a very awkward position. I'm not really sure what would be a better defense. I've never actually tried to do the defense on a stronghold side of things. So that one I can't necessarily speak to. This is still just wild to me that they just go ahead and knock him out. He dies, which really procs his ability, and then he stays alive, and then just barely that last little guy comes in there and gets it done. Beautiful. Love it. All right, so right now we're 50-50 on our attacks. Let's see what we can do with the last 4. Hoping for dubs. Just hoping for dubs. All right, so there's that one there. Let's see. This one looks doable. I guess I could see what the battle record is. So defeat here. So it looks like Cliff Mark knocked him out. What did Cliff Mark do? Oh, well, that's why. He did he go ranged? Put a defender down on some range? No, he just said, F it. I'm going to just double range you and go right for the biscuits here. Yeah. So he just went straight range right up the center. Knocked out the DPS. So yeah, this guy just didn't have a very good, like his champions are great, but his defense is just is very lacking. So okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll do it. We'll attack him. He should be a fairly simple one to get. So let's go ahead and knock him out. And he's 330, so that means some of the other players that we have could possibly need some help. Let's take him out, put him in. Save settings. Auto fight. Now I think we just go start battle. I'm gonna do my tank and then my ranged. I always like to lead with a tank. Always. It doesn't matter what game it is, what type of game mode. If I can have a tank, I'm always gonna do it. I'm a big MMO guy. I just think that just kind of always resonates well. To me, that's just always a must. That's a no question must have every time. And then just let them do their thing. Yep. Boom, boom, boom. Knock them out. Go ahead and pop that there. And then we'll do the next ranged. And that should be GG easy at that point, I think. Yep, there we go. Unless we just walk right through them, which is also a thing. Brokir, though, he's just so MVP for this game mode, guys. Like, so MVP. Saw how many people he just held up and how he just sucked all that time. Because it's not always about can you defeat the defenders. Like, just killing time to where their champions can't, like, get past you into the goal. Like, even that's a win. I've lost on those accountabilities where, like, I'm this close to where if I would have just killed the guy or if he would have died just a second sooner, I would have won every time. So it definitely makes a big difference. All right, so we got that. That was an easy dub. What do we have? One more. We can go ahead and attack him again. We may just, I don't know if we'll do his bottom row here. We may not do the bottom row. We may leave that for a teammate, see how they do with it. But let's break this down a little bit and kind of watch a little closer how this works. I'm curious how much HP my tank loses. So We know he's got my best champion currently associated to him. He's about half life. And luckily, he somehow survives enough to where it worked out pretty okay. Yeah, it worked out pretty okay. He actually stayed alive the entire fight, which is good. That makes me feel better about my tank strategy. So, okay. But that healer definitely came in clutch. Healer definitely came in clutch on that one. All right. Moving on up. Okay, so now let's see, who else do we got? We did those attacks there. We got some attacks here that we could do. These guys have some pretty decent defenses, not gonna lie, as far as BP goes. We can attack this one here. We got 2 attacks left. This one is gonna be an interesting one. So we got 1, 2 range guys, 2 ranged, 2 ground. I hate this dude. He drives me nuts. Let's see how they get this structured. Okay, so I don't like that Vortex is back here. That's bad for me. But I think this is one of those where that auto fight, the way I just did that last one, that should potentially work on this one. The real question is going to be, how is their Torador built? Is he built for just defense, or is he built for attack? Did they know to swap the gear before it got locked in? That's going to be the real question. Like, that's legitimately going to be the real question on this one. Looks like it's defense, because he didn't do, or no, it must have been attack, because he got destroyed way too quickly. So it must have been attack. But that's okay. That worked okay. We steamrolled him. We'll take the double dub on this one, and that puts us ahead in the game. That puts us at our 80% win mark here. So let's go ahead and click through this one. I am curious though. How are you guys progressing, and how are you guys doing this Guild Wars? Like, are you guys liking it? Are you not liking it? Me personally, I'm actually really enjoying it. Even when I'm losing, it's great because I like to see the strategies. I'm one of those guys where I'm not a pro. I won't ever claim I'm a pro. I'm not going to come up with a new meta for you guys. However, I do like just general strategies, right? And I do like that this game implies a lot of general strategy to where defending is going to be different than, say, like offense, right? Like when we're talking arena, you still do have kind of like a defense, so to speak, but it's more like an offense that you're doing automatically. And this Guild Wars, it takes that same concept, it kind of evolves it a little bit, because we're not using our standard champions to attack. We're using other monsters that you normally attack with affiliated of your champions, so it's going to reflect a little bit of your gear, but a lot of it's going to be more strategy. So I feel like overall in general, I really like this game mode a lot more. So just like that we have 60%, they're at 54%. Hopefully we finish this off strong. 6 hours to go. I'm hoping that our team pulls it through. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I'm curious to know how you guys' attacks went. Leave comments down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.